back to SmackDown in that era, you were pretty immediately on live events. You might have been on live events, actually, I believe before you were back on TV, you were doing the SmackDown live events and you were doing Velocity. Had you,
Mhm.
was this the most regular work you had at this point? I wouldn't, because if you're doing multiple live events a week, that had to be a pretty, I mean, I guess you were doing indies, but I don't know. I feel like this might have been a busier schedule
Oh, for sure. I mean, so
and
the few
travel.
tours, yeah. I mean, so the few tours I did of zero one prior to that, even then, if I was out there for 3 weeks,
Hmm.
28 days, even 4 weeks, um, it might be three shows in a row, then 4 days off. Um, with the WWE, or all that to say, if in 28 days, I might do 10 shows. It's a lot of shows, but in 28 days in WWE, you're doing 16 shows, 4, 8, 12, 16. Now, for me, I might not be working all those shows because those were TVs.
Hmm.
Day number 4 was TVs, so you might not be written onto TV, but you'll still be traveling and going to that town and at work. So yeah, by far, for me, the WWE schedule has been the busiest schedule I've ever had. I loved it because I got to see the world.
See, that's what I wanted to know because, the schedule traveling, it's not for everybody. Even for people who love it, I mean, at a certain point, it can really grind on you. At this point in time, you were just gung ho about the travel. You didn't mind it at all.
Not a bit. No, not a bit. Even now, like I say to my wife all the time, and she'll say it back to me. If there's a bad day of travel or whatever it is, I get paid to travel.
Mhm.
That's what I do for a living. I get paid to travel. Um, like to wrestle for the WWE. Are you kidding me, man? Like that's all I wanted to do. So what would I have given as a kid? Everything. I would have given everything to wrestle for the WWE. You don't have to pay me. I would give you everything. So what do I get paid to do? I get paid to drive from town to town. And then when you're doing that with buddies like Jimmy Yang and R Truth and Vladimir Kozlov and Sho Funaki and Scotty Tuhati, and it was I was just getting paid to fly at that point because the travel was great. So it was just going to the airport was the only part that kind of stunk. Uh, Anything else was awesome.